All right, bro. So we got Jaden Newman, the dark truth about the Newman family, bro. This is gonna be interesting because Shorty literally just got leaked out not even that long ago, bro. Let's hop into it.
As of right now, no, but in the future, maybe a few years, I don't know.
I was trying to get her, like, it sounds
Yeah.
crazy. It sounds crazy. Oh, take it the wrong way. When she was 18, I tried to get her to make OnlyFans because of the spike.
Excuse me? At 18, you try to make her do OnlyFans?
Not
Yeah.
not the
Got a clip.
My brother in Christ. Batman couldn't beat that information out of me. Which should have been a story about internet safety and privacy and data concerns turned into a content-pilled family letting their freak fly when Jaden Newman's leaks got leaked to the internet. Ever since that situation, I've been noticing this pattern of conversations and moments coming specifically from her brother, but from the entire Newman family. That kind of leads me to believe that all of this wasn't really a leak. All of this was some sort of planned effect. It started right after the leak when Julian Newman was sitting in the car saying that his sister could be bigger than Kim Kardashian.
And to look at the brighter side of things, on a positive note, she's gonna be bigger than Kim K, man. For real.
That's a lie. Number one, why are you that comfortable to promote your sister getting leaked out? Yo, if I had a sister, yo, I would never ever promote her OF to the world, bro. That is your sister. So the fact that you're pampering your own sister, you being a pimp right now, because you're trying to use your sister for clout. And the fact that she got leaked, it doesn't even get any better, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is disgusting as hell, but it only gets worse. Just a few days later, he gets onto Adam 22's podcast and states that when his sister turned 18, mind you, she's 22 years old, he encouraged her to start a Lonely Bands page. But it's not what you think. It's not what you think.
Not the nasty shit. Not the bullshit y'all got going.
Not the bullshit, just like regular shit.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Just like Instagram photos, the same photos you, because it's the personal messages, it's the idea.
That makes the justification better. You're not saying that she should be taking her clothes off, but she should be goon baiting on the TL. That makes a ton of sense. What kind of disgust?
I feel like the dad also got to check their mental, because I feel like them being monetized and everything, it just caught up to their head. And it's like, bro, like you letting the money get to you. Like money is not always gonna buy happiness, bro. So the fact that you're trying to use your sister just to get viewers, that's I can't really say you a good brother for that, bro. You're not making shit any better.
Family is this? And so when you look at Julian Newman's own skeptical history, it makes sense why people are asking a bunch of questions. Is this him doing his best attempt to help his sister navigate a very terrible and tumultuous thing?
Bro, he's not helping anything. If anything, he's making the situation worse. He's saying this as if this is normal. This is not normal behavior, bro. This is your sister being leaked out. So the fact that you're trying to promote her to do OnlyFans and to goon bait people, bro, you just making a fool out of yourself. You being a bitch about this.
Thing that happened, or is this him using his sister in an attempt to make himself relevant again? If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long way for the channel. We're almost at 185. Make me come alive. Hit the subscribe button today or I might die. Bars. Now, back into the video.
Oh yeah, my sister bought, her own Range Rover at 15 years old, man. No sex tape, no nothing like that. Way before Kim. So that's why I say, she could be bigger than Kim because she already doing it. Been doing it.
Base 44 super agents. The next thing you can't live without. Clearing up
the internet. Julian Newman has been the one that decided that he's going to take the brunt force of this. He has been at the turn of every single one of these conversations. He is putting himself out there on Main Street and saying to his sister and the people, hey man, y'all worried about how she's managing those photos. Let me manage her. Now, as creepily as it's going to sound, it's sad to say that it seems as though Julian Newman has been planning and plotting for this day for a long time. In one of the first clips I showed you that he had been asking her since she had turned 18 to start one of these Lonely Bands types of accounts in order to get it off to social media. And maybe this is the problem with this type of generation, but in no way, shape, form, or fashion would you decide that pimping out your sister is the best course of action for her as she is trying to build a name as a legitimate basketball star or a content creator. Thinking about all of the men who would be trying to goon to your sister's potential pictures makes you worse than the worst thing in the world.
The fact that you're trying to promote her OnlyFans, like, okay, you want to promote her OnlyFans, but then you also get mad when people talk shit about her. And it's like, bro, you're not making her leak any better. Like, why are you using her? Why are you promoting her to do OnlyFans? That is your sister. Mind you, this dude's life is sad. He's 5'4". He didn't make it to the NBA. He's been a basketball prodigy over the years with his sister, and his sister does OnlyFans. Whoever the dad is, bro, Jamie Newman, you gotta get fired. I ain't gonna lie.
I
You
don't
dead
even really know how to describe that without saying that sentence. Shit is being said that has never been said before, and if you look at who's saying it, it's a fucking Newman. Their brains are so content-pilled in all of these situations that a catastrophe of leaked videos doesn't faze them. So why would I think that a catastrophe of a comment saying that, hey, I try to get my 18-year-old sister to do this type of content would phase Julian or
They're not
Jaden?
phased.
Jaden takes to the internet to defend Julian Newman's comments, and I'm telling you, I'm live reacting to this. I have never heard this before, but whatever she's about to say is only gonna make me even more disgusted.
And Julian told you, like your brother told you to start a OnlyFans at 18?
Uh-huh. But he didn't mean it like that. Y'all are taking it out of context.
There's only
Nah, bro. Nah, you can't. Listen, as it doesn't matter how good you look, bro. It's still it's weird to say. Like that's like me saying, "Oh, my mom should start an OF. Oh, my sister should start an OF. Oh, my girl cousin." Bro, that's weird. Why would I ever want to tell my own family member to start an OF? What business do I have telling somebody to do that? That's just weird, bro. And the fact that you're sitting there acting like it's normal, this is not normal.
one way
At
you could
all.
meet it.
But
Shit
he
is
meant
not
to like,
normal.
cause I could be like, say if I were to make it when I was 18, I probably would have made like 10 million in a day. He means it just like money wise. Y'all are taking it out of context, but it does sound weird though.
But Jaden, what would you have to do to
Sound
get said
weird. It
money?
is
Granted, there are stories of these creators who don't necessarily have to take their clothes off and play with themselves in a schmexualized way. I totally get that. And maybe that's the pathway you would have taken. But ultimately, underneath that, you still do have to make yourself as some sort of gooner bait for the male audience. Now, because I've been following the Newman family for a second, because I think we're all interested and I'm chronically online, I knew about Jaden Newman previously doing something like this. So maybe Julian's words did get to her. I never really tracked it back. But if you go on her Instagram, there is a link in bio. That page will lead you to a fanfics where she is basically doing exactly what Julian Newman described in this Adam 22 interview. This will lead me to believe that all of Julian Newman's pestering attempts are ultimately working. When I read these captions, though, on these photos, I honestly do get sick to my stomach. Warning, this is disgustingly graphic because I'm 29. I view Jaden Newman as a child, but it's abundantly clear that she is being, I don't even want to say put up to this, but she just comes from a weird family. No hunting around for rumors. If you want to see something, you'll get it from me. You better be prepared with 3 water emojis. Stop hunting for my leaked stuff online. Everything you want is already in your hands here. Hee hee. Those leaked stuff never have the good angles anyway. And where would they be getting the good angles? From you and your brother? Like, it's disgusting. But Julian Newman isn't the only one in the family that's had some sort of weird reaction to this. Apparently, according to Jaden, her family, the entire family, the mom and the dad have also asked to see what was leaked on the internet.
They're saying that I got leaked. And then my parents just like, what video? And I'm like, I don't even know. And then later, well, I seen it after that, and they kept telling me to send it to them. But I'm like, why the fuck would I send them that? And then eventually,
Yeah, just trust me.
Yo, this family is so cooked. Like, they're so weird, bro. You have this nigga right here, Julian, trying to promote his sister's OnlyFans. The dad is not even doing nothing about it. The mom is probably not even saying nothing about it. They want to see the video of their own daughter getting cracked. Yo, like they're just using this as a normal, like they're doing this as if this is normal. Like they're already used to this, bro. That's what happens when you let the money get to your head. Now it's like everything is blinded towards you.
literally,
Trust me.
I was just like, why would I send it
Yeah, why?
to them?
Why
And then
would-
eventually they seen it. And then my mom told me like just that she's seen everything. Both of them seen everything. And I was just like, oh my God.
Mom, Dad, your daughter is getting bust down. Why would you want to see that? It almost makes me believe that they went out and sought the actual video because Jaden wouldn't send it to them. There's nothing even like remotely healthy about this relationship at all. And now the entire family is going on a press run when it comes to Jaden Newman's leaked videos. Not only are they on the Adam 22 podcast, but they're also doing their own podcast and TikToks with Adam 22. And the reason why is because the spotlight is back. You see, the reason why Julian Newman would be going the extra mile in order to put himself back in the limelight in a conversation that should involve his grown sister and his grown sister only, and the person that was also a part of the leaks in it of it all is because he's been in the spotlight for his whole life, even at 11 years old. But for what it's worth, the things that he had set out to be and panned out to be have not worked. I don't know about you all, but 5'2" non-athletic point guards who are very, very short-tempered don't usually pan out in the NBA. Even though Julian Newman thought that he was in the same conversation and sphere as other people in his class, like a LaMelo Ball, who is now going on 6+ years in the NBA. Yeah, ultimately they were never on the same path. The content creation career didn't work either, and neither did the boxing career. But so in a situation where his sister is the star in front and center, I find myself asking, but also answering, why is Julian Newman in these conversations? And ultimately, he seems to even be louder than his sister in some of these talks. He's sitting here talking about this tape to Adam 22, proclaiming that he hasn't seen it, but knows the full details of the leaks.
Oh, but so you're saying there is sex in these videos?
Oh
no, it's a full on.
It's a full on.
I didn't see it because I'm not weird. This is a full on sex tape.
It's a full on, yeah.
My brother, why are you
there going over the leak with your sister as if this is a normal conversation, bro? Like, what are you trying to prove? Were you the one that's behind this? I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one that was behind this, because he's saying this as if this is normal, as if this is a normal, like, conversation. Like, it's like, bro,
it was his sister's tape that got leaked. Why is Julian Newman seemingly putting himself at the center of attention? On another podcast, One Steiny Night, yes, they are really touring this thing. He decides to really get into his bag about why he's here, what part he plays into all of this.
And your immediate reaction was, my sister's going to be the next Kim K.
Yeah.
But was there any party that was like, all right, I got to be like, yo, this is my family, but I don't support this shit? Or were you just like, hey, we've been together forever. We've been on the internet forever. My only option is to support this.
For a few days, I was pissed. Told my dad I ain't with her, all types of stuff for sure. But when you really think about it, you can't do nothing. It's not coming off the internet. I said it to say her management company, actually, like they call it the Jaden Newman Act. There's an article on it. They're talking about she's like the first test for like them like actually legally taking off like unconsented on like apps or whatever. And
wait a minute, Jaden's not even in the room anymore. Julian Newman has come onto this platform with, might I add, a fake boxing belt or a fake belt of some sort. I don't know. It looks almost like those toy styrofoam belts that I got when I was into wrestling back in the day, when like John Cena and Batista and Bobby Lashley were at the peak of their powers. It looks like one of those like fake plasticky belts. But he's going on here championing the fact that like, yo man, I'm gonna take all these bullets and lead these conversations for my sister. I'm actually doing this for a good cause because our legal team is working on the Jaden Newman Act, something that will get these videos off the internet. Get the fuck out of here, gang.
Yeah.
Get out of here. This isn't your show. Why are we listening to you? Why do you have this fake ass belt? And if that wasn't bad enough, because he's sitting in the hot seat of content, he has to be subjected to these conversations that it seems as though he is welcome to answering. Listen to this when the guys from the One Night with Steiny podcast ask him about his own daughter and if she wanted to do the actions of starting a Lonely Bands type of account.
If you had a daughter, would you tell her to go on OnlyFans at 18?
if we're gonna scam these niggas, yes, we're gonna scam them 100%. You're gonna wear what you post on Instagram. What you post on Instagram, we're gonna post on. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, this is why people like him don't deserve to have kids. I feel like that if a dad has a daughter, you would really have to get on her, because a lot of men are gonna go after your daughter, bro. So the fact that you're gonna support her doing the OF, it's like, why would you want your own daughter to be out there in the world? Same, you can say the same thing for him being the brother. Why would you want your own sister's body parts and shit out there in the real world? And then you want to scam people? Like, what? Go get a life, bro. You will never.
It's like, why wouldn't you? I think I'm be
Daughter or
stupid as fuck why not? They already look at her like that. Chances are when I have a daughter, they gonna look at her like that.
I think what he just said is illegal. Now, I'm all for fathers and mothers and people that are, family members, friends, whatever the case of models that do that type of content, to be supportive of it. That's not what I'm saying here. What I am saying here is there is a difference between being supportive and encouraging your daughter to sell these things, saying, hey, I'll write up the captions, babe. I did it for your auntie back in the day. I'll write up the captions for you. Putting your daughter in a situation to where she is gooner bait is going to get you a first-class ticket to where it's hot all the time. I don't even know how else to describe it. So of course it makes sense why Julian Newman is in the forefront. He is using his sister's schmex tape as a means to put him and the family name back into the forefront. After all, everything they've done for their whole entire career has...
He want to be relevant so bad because he's falling off, bro. And it's like, bro, like you want to be relevant so bad that you want to use your sister's leak as a positive outcome. Like, bro.
Always been family business, whether it be basketball, boxing, and now into the schmex industry. The thing that I have a problem with in this whole Julian Newman conversation of it all is that he is no longer, intercepting these conversations, putting them to rest, fighting off narratives, et cetera, et cetera. He's in fact starting new conversations.
Okay, great.
Bro. Sorry, we got my shit's tripping.
Oh, I'm talking about like him encouraging his sister, like, go get
Well,
this
the
money.
first video is what I'm saying. When it got released, was she under?
No, she was like 20. She's 22.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that got released, and then now you're saying you're already out there, you're already naked, you might as well open an account.
Yes. But what he's saying is when she was 18, I encouraged the OnlyFans. The thing is, no nudity. That's where he didn't throw in. So
The reality is that Julian Newman isn't letting this conversation die because he can't afford to let this conversation die. Why? Because his name will no longer be in the spotlight. His name will no longer ring off in conversations. People won't be talking about him, and he'll go back to the irrelevancy that he was in after the boxing match that he was most recently in. Now he's the one.
My thing is that why do you want to be known a part of her league? If you keep putting yourself out there, part of something that has nothing to do with you, everybody gonna look at you like you a fucking goofy. So why would you want to continuously keep putting yourself in that conversation? You have nothing to do with her leak. You might probably do by leaking the video out, but this has nothing to do with you, bro. Like niggas want to stay relevant so bad.
Accepting interviews. While Jaden Newman has seemingly moved on, the conversation even of today is no longer really about her. She's the catalyst for it all, sure. But people are now pointing out how weird it is that Julian Newman is basically going out there and pushing his sister's bad PR, that she's getting all these different things to the forefront of the conversation. It's not just that the tape happened. It's not just that he had to respond to it because he is a public figure. It's the fact that he has taken on the brunt of the conversation going forward and is now saying the most outrageous things in an attempt to get a clip. We've all been there. We've done that. We've talked about clip farming before. And it's clear as that's what Julian Newman is doing. So now when people are calling him out for it, he's seemingly having a problem. And I'm saying problem very loosely because ultimately this is what he wants. When Black Boy Max says what everybody else is thinking, he decided that he was going to go on TikTok Live and rant about Black Boy Max and how bad he is.
Hey, cuz, just because you looked up to me in high school, you wanted to beat me and you was sorry at basketball.
Hey, bro, just because my pops wasn't throwing basketballs at me while I was doing the fucking spider drill, do not mean I was sorry, okay, nigga?
Don't mean anytime you get a chance, let's hate on Julian. You know what I'm saying? You talking about, oh, that's a weird thing to say as a brother when your sister got leaked. Man, shut your ass up, bro. You's a clown, bro.
Listen, I don't know what Max got going on right now. I don't really support it, but Max is right, bro. I mean, why are you talking about your sister's leak like it's a normal conversation? I'm gonna keep saying this because, like, bro, you're over here letting this out to the public as if this is normal. Like, no, your sister does OF. You should be embarrassed. Everybody's gonna use that against you. You're 5'4", you didn't make it to the NBA, and your sister got leaked out, bro. So Max does have a point, though. Like, you're weird for talking about your sister like that. Like, why are you looking at it as if she's the one that's gonna make money off of you? Like, you want to be relevant so bad. He's not
playing
wrong.
with me. You know what I get into.
At this point, Julian Newman isn't responding to the leaks that happened with Jaden Newman. He's attempting to use his sister as a means to get back into the forefront. He's creating these new storylines. And so now every interview, every comment, every stream, every TikTok live is now furthering a conversation that most likely would have died down, to be quite honest with you. People get leaked every single day. It's a deal, but it's not the biggest one. Pretty sure we would have moved past it, but that's not how it works in Julian Newman's mind because he can't eat if it dies. So while he might have said that Jaden could have been the next Kim K, I guess he was really planning on making himself the next Kim Kardashian. Now, I'm not saying that Julian Newman actually did make those leaks of the content because he needed to put himself back in the limelight. Nobody can prove that. What I am saying is that after those leaks happened, Julian Newman has, objectively speaking, looked worse than anybody in this situation. Instead of taking his sister's hand and guiding her through the controversies and adversities that she is inevitably going to face after her Schmex tape does get leaked on the internet, he's actually taking her hand and dragging her left, right, and sideways to these different couches, these different chairs in front of these different podcast mics to only further the conversation. It's gotten so bad that we're now at the point where he's let her hand go and is on his own continuing these conversations, saying the most ridiculous things, getting into fights with people that honestly, I'm not even gonna say he doesn't need to be in a fight with them because he should be afraid of them, but doesn't need to be in a fight with him because this is not bringing any good. And now
It's not. It's disrespectful. Thing about Julian is that he being a pussy, bro. He letting everybody walk over him. He let everybody clown on him for what just happened with Jaden Newman, getting leaked and all this other stuff. But like I said, people are going to clown you because you're looking at this as if this is a normal video being put out. No, this is a video of your sister getting cracked. So obviously everybody's gonna be clowning you, bro. You can't let people disrespect you like that. But of course, you having this dumbfounded mind that you're being delusional, like, oh yeah, she's gonna be the next Kim K. It's not how it works, buddy.
it becomes
How it
harder
works.
and
That's why you're
harder
getting
and
clowned.
harder
Because
to
you're looking at this
believe that this wasn't
simple.
some sort of strategic thing, because the Newman family, specifically Julian Newman, has been looking for a way to get back in the limelight for years. They started off with a basketball career that was doomed to fail from the beginning, but was entertaining and fun while it was happening. But now being a almost mid 20-something year old, burnt out 5'2" dude looking for the next play in it of it all, the next pivot, he's decided to take advantage of his sister greater than the people that are sending these videos left, right, and sideways to group chats. Hell, almost even greater than the person who decided to leak said videos in the first place. He's taking advantage of his sister by continuing to further a conversation that should have stopped a long time ago and making much, much more nastier comments, remarks, etc., even to the tune of him acknowledging the fact that he would pimp out not only his sister, but his daughter in this hypothetical situation. This kid is a nasty fuck. I don't know how else to really say it. And it shows how desperate he is to get back into that content creation limelight. But I'm here to tell you, Julian, Kyson that ain't gonna let you on that stream, gang. You ain't gonna get on Neon or whoever's.
If I was cussing, I would not let him come near me, bro. It's like I said, bro. It's all for attention. Like Julian, like the reason why the reason why people are gonna keep disrespecting him is because he has no self-respect. Not for himself, but not for the family. Like the family is cooked. You guys let the money get to you, and now you're using your daughter as a monetization, bro. That's why nobody has no respect for y'all, bro. Especially Julian Newman, this fucking clown. He gonna use his sister for attention. But anyway, that was a reaction for the day. More videos be on the way. And yeah, that shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Brother got a lot of explaining to do.